Hey, my name is Melinda Caldwell, and I am here to discuss alternate day fasting and what many of you may know as ADF. I got started in alternate day fasting after trying other fasting methods. Before I get into that, I just wanted to share with you really quickly how I got there. I had fallen into a deep depression, and I felt myself getting addicted to wine, drinking every single day after work, um, eating whatever I wanted, whether it was chips, definitely addicted to Pepsi, uh, any carb that you can imagine that I was eating it. So after a couple years, I really felt myself packing on the weight. When I was very active, not that long ago, maybe about 3 years ago, I was very active, always in the gym, just pushing myself. And, life happens, you have family issues, you have work related issues, and I got out of control. And I really knew that I had a problem when I thought about it one day and I said, you know what? If I didn't have a glass of wine after work today, that wouldn't be anything. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, yes, it would be something because just the thought of not drinking in a day was major to me because drinking was my calm. It was my soft, my not my soft spot, but it just put me in a relaxed state. And I always felt like just my life was always in chaos. And so that moment after work, just to sip on a glass of wine, was everything to me. And I would say to myself, you know what? Well, I'm not drinking heavy liquor, but guess what? That started coming in too. So I made a decision that I wasn't actually going to completely stop drinking wine, but I was actually going to beat the craving of it. And I was not going to have it every single day. I was going to have it once a week. And that's where I am now. And sometimes I don't even have it anymore. And I can attribute losing my cravings definitely to fasting. Fasting literally has saved my life. Um, and so I just wanted to talk about alternate day fasting because I think it's just such a great alternative in all of the different fasting protocols that you can do. It is not for everyone. It is not for the faint of heart. It is something that you definitely have to build up to. But once you get there and once it is just a part of your life, once your body has adjusted to it, it can just be so amazing for you. So I started my weight loss journey because I had gone from about 150 pounds to 176 pounds. And at 176 pounds, I was really starting to feel the weight on me. It's like when you're gaining weight, sometimes it just kind of eases on and you really don't know it until you start putting on your pants and you're like, wait a minute, maybe I left these in the dryer too long, but then you start feeling all the rest of your pants and nothing is fitting right. And so I was like, okay, can't fit my pants. And then I'm like, my shirts are getting real tight. I'm very small. If you see up here, I'm very small at the top. And so couldn't fit any of my shirts. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to buy a new wardrobe because of this weight. Just turned 40 last year, and so I'm like, okay, well, this is normal. People always say that they gain weight as they get older, so I'm just making excuses for myself. But I was like, I am not buying another wardrobe because I'm gaining weight. If anything, it's going to be because I've lost weight. So I just decided one day, October 17th was going to be my day that I was going to go in motion and really do this. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just said, it was October 16th, and then the next day was October 17th. I said, I'm going to start and I'm going to change my life. So the next day came, didn't know what I was going to do, but I said, okay, I'm not going to eat the crap that I usually eat in one day. So I really start looking at, okay, I'm just going to do a low-fat diet. I've done that in the past. It was difficult, but we'll do it. So I really started just taking a look at what I'm eating, and I didn't completely cut everything out, and I didn't even completely cut wine out at that point. I just had a little bit of wine. I didn't have a whole bunch of wine. So each day I was kind of trying to slowly cut things out and trying to find things that were semi-healthy. because at this point I was completely addicted to sugar and carbs, and that was my life. I literally could go the whole day just snacking on crap and not even eating a meal. That it was that bad. It was like a euphoria. Just sugar was just everything to me. So started cutting things out, and my goal, I hadn't worked out probably in a whole year, or just been in the gym, and so I said I'm just going to move. I'm just going to get myself up. I think that first day I might have did 25 jumping jacks, 25 squats, and something else, and I was like huffing and puffing. Whole week I probably worked out 3 days that week, and didn't work out past 10 minutes. That's how bad it was. I also have scoliosis in my back, which is at that point was really painful because it was very inflamed. My back was very inflamed, and I knew that had a lot to do with the way that I was eating as well. And so stopped at 10 minutes. Next week, okay, and I didn't lose any weight that first week, didn't really expect it, but I just wanted to get the motivation. Next week, I decided, okay, I'm gonna take this a little further. I started doing some research on different diets, especially on YouTube, and I said, okay, I'm gonna try the keto diet because last week I was just super hungry, and they say that on keto you stay satiated and full. So I got myself on the keto diet, and it definitely was a lifesaver for me. I love keto. That is my lifestyle. I love the foods that I can eat. And when I got on keto, that really started calming down my cravings for sugar. That first week was difficult on keto. I got the keto flu. I was miserable for about a day and a half. And then after that flu, I was like, okay, this feels great. I can do this. So started learning some recipes, started watching people on YouTube, and got really excited. And that week that I started keto, I think I saw like maybe 1 or 2 pounds come off, and then that made me really excited. So I just did keto, and then of course, when you watch keto videos, you will see intermittent fasting videos. So I started off doing the 16-8. That worked really well for me. Once I incorporated keto and the intermittent fasting, then I really started seeing the weight. So I lost about 10 pounds. I can't really say how long it took to do that, but after that 10 pounds, I'm like, okay, let's do this. It's time to go. I'm down to like 166. And then things started to plateau a little bit. I couldn't lose anything past the 10 pounds. So I started doing some more research, seeing, okay, how can I get a little bit more aggressive with this? I started picking up my workouts, nothing big, but just doing at least 20 minutes of something, whether it was creating my own little HIIT workout or watching someone on YouTube or doing the Beachbody workouts. I was just, 20 minutes was like my max, about 3 days a week. So I upped that a little bit, and then I saw Rachel Sharp talking about alternate day fasting, and that really like piqued my interest. I thought she was absolutely crazy to do this. I'm like, how in the world could someone eat every other day? That just seemed completely nuts to me. But I was so fascinated with her story and just seeing her before and after pictures. And thank you, Rachel, for introducing that to me. Your video started something inside of me that I'm just obsessed with this lifestyle, and thank you for sharing. So I didn't just automatically start ultimate day fasting, and I really think that that's something that is important to share with you, is that you don't want to just jump into this. You want to slowly get your body ready for something like that type of lifestyle. So I was doing the 16-8, and my body was used to that. I would eat between like 12 and 8 o'clock, something like that. And my body was fine with that. And then I tried to push it a little bit further. I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fast a whole entire 24 hours and see how my body reacts. It was crazy. I was starving, and I was like, okay, I'm never going to do that again. So I went back to 16-8 for maybe another week. And I said, oh, let me try it again. So I tried the 24 hours of fasting just to see how my body would react. And I actually was okay. I drank plenty of water. I had black coffee, green tea. I was good. Didn't add anything to it. So the first 24 hours that I was successful, I said, okay, I'm going to try it again. So I waited. I did 24 hours worth of fasting. And then I ate like 500 calories. after the 24-hour fast, and then I went back into a 16-8, so my eating day. And then the next day, I did another 24 hours. I ate 500 calories, and then I did another 16-8. So that's how I kind of worked myself up. I would break my fast after 24 hours and then go into the next day into a 16-8. And then I said, okay, this is nothing. The 24 hours felt like nothing. I was going straight through it. I said, let me try this. Now, this is after weeks and weeks of doing this. This isn't like, okay, the next day, the next day, the next day. I finally got to, okay, I'm going to try a full 36, because with alternate day fasting, you're fasting for a full 24 hours and then you don't eat until the next day. So I did a full 24. And then I woke up the next morning. I was at 36 hours and I was starving. But I was so proud that I actually got through it. So I said, okay, I'm starving, but my body has to adjust. So I did it again. So I had a full day of eating. I didn't do a 16-8. I just ate all day until I was satiated. I didn't like overdo it, but I stuck to keto. I did not eat like carbs or anything. I stuck to low sugar, high fats, moderate proteins. So I really stuck to my keto diet. And so then it was time for me to fast again. So I did a full 36, and then I had a feeding day, and then I just kept going and I kept going. And it was so amazing because all of a sudden my body was getting used to the way that I was eating. It was so incredible. I could not believe it. And so I was like, on my fasting days, it didn't feel like anything. The only time I would have any type of cravings is if I was in an environment that I can actually smell the food. And so my body was like, oh, that smells so good. But now I'm at a point to where, like, today is a fasting day. And it doesn't, I'm not, like, oh my God, I'm not going to eat it. It's just a way of life. So now today is December 17th. And as of right now, I am back to 150 pounds. And so I'm definitely going to put some before and after pictures so you can see those and see my progress. But I just want to let you know that it didn't happen overnight. I think, going from October 17th to December 17th, 26 pounds is pretty good. And I definitely want to maintain that. But I don't want to get I may maybe go 2 more pounds less. But I like having some meat on bones. I like being thick, and so I don't want to be too skinny. And my husband will probably start calling me a bobblehead pretty soon. But I'm down to 2 months, 150 pounds, and a lot of that is attributed to the alternate day fasting. That's when things just started really going. And I promise you, your body will adjust. Give it a try if you've been thinking about it. Try it for at least a week or 2. And if you feel like this is just something you just cannot do, go back to a different protocol, maybe the warrior diet, maybe OMAD, where you're just eating 1 meal a day, or go into the 16-8, but try something. It's so good for your health and your body. And I'm going to do some more videos about alternate day fasting because I'm just totally obsessed. But thank you so much for listening to what I have gone through with alternate day fasting. It has definitely changed my life. It's definitely a tool. Now I have to figure out how to, I'm probably going to go to a modified alternate day fasting where on my fasting days, I go back to eating 500 calories because I don't want to lose any more weight. So we'll talk about that. I'll do some more videos, but thanks so much for checking this out. And I just want to let you know that if you are interested in doing alternate day fasting, please leave a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm getting so passionate about this, and I just know that it can help change other people's lives. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I hope to share with you some more tips and techniques about alternate day fasting and just weight loss, period. Thanks so much. Have a good one.